Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Easy Tarot Lessons. I am your host, Dusty White, and Mandy and Sharon are with me today. We're going to be doing something which for some of you will be blissfully short. We're going to talk about the Zen of tarot card reversals. And then I want to be clear on this. That's a colloquialism. Got to use the word. Phrase my words right. It's just a way of shaping the concept that we're doing. It's not, it is neither denigration nor promotion of any particular form of Buddhism nor any religious or philosophical concept. It's just a way of saying we're getting inside tarot card reversals. Why do we do them? A lot of people don't do reversals in the same way that a lot of people don't like math. It's born out of ignorance. It's born out of fear. A lot of people don't like to give bad news or what they consider to be bad news in the tarot. And with the rise of the new age fluff monster, it's really become avant-garde or even de rigueur and other French words and terms and whatnot, but it's become popular to not, to not give bad news or to be above all that and to say that we're all God's little special snowflakes and that we're perfect. But the thing is, the hard, cold truth of reality is that nature is a bitch. Any scientist will tell you this. She's wonderful. The Hindus have it right. Kali, like the great mother and also the great destroyer. Oh man, it's not easy. So what do we have with the tarot? With the tarot, we have a set of images in card deck form that have been co-opted. Because tarot is nothing more than a game. To this day, the tarot has been a game 3 times longer. It's been a game than it was ever used for fortune telling. How about that?
Wow.
And if you want to really get in it, I'd say it's about 85 to 90%, probably about 85%. Sorry. I have to do the math, right? So you're talking about math. So about 85%, I'm going to go on record here, of the tarot's time on Earth, because it doesn't go back to Egypt. I know, we'd like to. You know what? If you want, you can always say that hieroglyphs go back to Egypt, that Egyptian magic goes back to Egypt. That's cool, but the tarot, there's no tarot. There's no tarot in Egypt. There's no crying in baseball. So 85% of the time the tarot's been around, it's been a game. Yes, we have co-opted it, especially here in America. Woohoo, we're number one. In America, we really popularized the idea on a massive scale of using the tarot for fortune telling, for divination. Did we invent the idea? Oh God, no. By all accounts, Itea did. And then by the time that the tarot was first produced in Britain in December 1909. Well, Britain really got the ball rolling. Thank you, Mandy, right? So it's all Mandy. But the thing is that it really took America to make the tarot this mainstream thing. And a lot of that really came to light in the 60s. Now, was the quote Yankee pirate, was Dolores out there doing it in 1916? Was he pounding the pavement and pounding the drum and getting the word out globally through his massive Sears and Roebuck catalog? 21st century, nobody knows what the hell a Sears and Roebuck catalog is. Read a book. But back in the days when mail order was the internet, back in the day, mail order was our internet, and in a sense it was for you young men. There was Sears and Roebuck. And there was the Dolores catalog, which was just a monstrosity. It was like, oh my God, this thing is amazing. No, his history with the tarot has several people upset, but you know, none of us were alive back then, so we can only go on speculation. The point is that he had an awesome, huge catalog. I've got several copies for the museum. You guys are all welcome to look at them. He was a businessman, but he brought metaphysics to the world and the mainstream in the way that Sears and Roebuck brought washing boards. I don't even know what that is. I mean, I've seen one. Oh, yeah.
Isn't that an
And
instrument?
oh yeah, oh you're in the South, right? And a jug, right?
Yeah, Fosdick and the Jug Band.
Yay! Poor Mandy's like, what the hell are you Americans up to?
I think I know what a washing board is, but I could be wrong. Is it one of those
No,
wiggly
it's a washing board, right? But apparently it's an instrument too. It's percussion instrument. Yeah, we're learning a lot about tarot reversals. Yay! But the point is that Dolores was out there since 1916. Look, whether you like him or not, and then that's a personal thing. The guy is the godfather of the tarot in America, and he kept the flame burning bright through about 1930s, and that's when his son Velo took over. And that guy, he really took the tarot, and it's questionable about the quote 5 Oriental colors, but they went from yellow to orange to red, and I think throughout the 80s they were producing tarot decks, and then of course around 1959, University Books came on. It just rode the rise of the hippie movement and really brought us the tarot, and then Frankie Albano, and then eventually much later, in the 70s, Kaplan came along and kind of cornered the market on the tarot. And then Llewellyn, founded by Llewellyn George, the globally famous astrologer, they started doing tarot. And then now, pretty much everybody has a tarot deck, so it's awesome. So the idea of reversals is that when you have an illustrated deck, and I don't mean illustrated in the sense, I guess every card deck would be illustrated, but the term illustrated, as far as the tarot that I'm referring to, generally means we got pictures. We have pictures. Certainly, it's illustrated because they're the trump suits and the court cards, whereas the pip suits have pips. And the French and the Italians were very good. Well, they were the only ones, obviously Spanish and German, but really the French and the Italians really brought the pip suits to life with flourishes and patterns. But it wasn't until, well, once again, Mandy, back in 1909, sat down and drew out the tarot. Or maybe it was Pam, but either way. But that really brought out the fully illustrated tarot. Now, the problem is when you do that, now you got pictures of people doing things. Or in the case of the quote major arcana, or the trump suit. But anyway, the big cards, and they're not really big cards. That's the problem. That's where Paul Christian really screwed us up by calling them major secrets of Egypt and the minor secrets of Egypt, hence major arcana, and the lesser known secrets, whatever. It's a myth, but it's what we're handed. And so we're all drinking the Jim Jones Kool-Aid. No, I got to get a new reference. It's like, so old people are like, what? Kool-Aid. So when we have images, if you got a black and white image, again, 20th century reference, right? You got a black and white picture of a stoplight. Now, I'm assuming that your stoplights, actually no, because this works for stoplights that are turned sideways, like in the Midwest, or vertical. But if you got the standard green, yellow, red thing, if you turn it upside down, whether it's sideways or vertical, or we should say horizontal, or landscape or portrait mode. But if you turn it upside down, if it's black and white, well, kind of hard to tell which is green and which is red. At least if the picture's well lit, to trick you. But with any other image, kind of implies a topsy-turvy world, an upside down viewpoint, something out of sync. Let me give you a better analogy rather than rambling. Let's all jump in our cars and we're going to zoom over down the Autobahn to, because that's the only highway I know in Europe, right? To the Louvre. And we go in there and we notice that the janitor has turned the Mona Lisa upside down. Oh my God, what's going on? Is this some kind of secret Illuminati code? Is this like some strange reference, like back in the old days? I mean, old days, when I was a kid, dig a hole to China. It's like, wait, what? And nobody knows what that means anymore. But the idea was that you dig a hole, you go all the way through the other side of the earth. So it was like, well, is this, what it's like on the other side of the earth? Why is this picture upside down? Tell me, Don Miguel. So if the image is upside down, well, the image is upside down. Somebody flipped around. I mean, it's just instinctive to say, open up a magazine, right? Hey, the pictures are upside down. Well, we turn the magazine over. So in many ways, this vertically superior paradigm that we follow breeds a kind of morally superior, that up is good and down is bad. But that's reinforced by the fact that the sun is up, daytime, sun is down. Sun is down, it's dark. It's where all bad people come out. We can't do anything. Might as well go to sleep. That's when honest people go to sleep. A friend of mine is a sheriff in Riverside, California. That's don't want to say it's mess capital of the world, but yeah, a lot of bad things happen there. And so his line, he repeats like a mantra, is that there's no honest people out at 2 a.m., implying that when he's out in the streets late at night, if you're out there on the road, chances are you're doing something bad. So we're not back in the Stone Age. We're not, God bless Romania, but we're not in the middle of Transylvania in the 1400s or 15s or 1600s where, vampires and werewolves, oh my, dark, thick forests, where legends and superstition are the thing. And it's, this is a very rich culture. But at the same time, rich in superstition. We're not back there. We're modern times. And still, to this day, just one example, I probably should give more if I want to cite this, but I'm not going to bore you guys with endless examples. Professionally trained executives have come to the conclusion that during the daytime, there's a certain sense of more honesty than there is at night. Heaven, hell, the executives at the top, the janitors down in the basement, of high-rise buildings. We're constantly being programmed to believe that up is good and down is bad, and if something's upside down, you just turn it over. So out of ignorance, it's easy to say, oh, don't read reverse cards, or to get away with it, oh, I don't read reverse cards. I got a handful of students, fortunately I can count them on one hand, that refuse to read reversals. And they're great disappointments because life isn't always roses. Life isn't always sunshine and rainbows. Bad things happen. This is why people question their preferred deity, or sometimes they don't. Sometimes like, oh, this is a test that God puts me through. But we realize that nature is harsh. The strong eat the weak, the big fish eat the little fish. Humans, well, there's good ones and there's ones that are kind of jerky sometimes. But throughout nature, life is tough. So if we are going to have a divination system that reflects the actuality and the realities of life with a highly specific and accurate focus, we need a translation tool that's not going to skew the data one way or the other before it comes out of our mouth. Our brains will do that. That's why we have tarot school, is in part, large part, directly and indirectly, to teach you to get your damned opinion, get your hands off me, you damn dirty ape, get your opinions off of me, you stupid pea-sized monkey brain, human brain. I'm trying to channel the divine. So that was a Charlton Heston reference from Planet of the Apes like a billion years ago. The point being that all of this that I've said is to get you closer to understanding that tarot reversals are not scary, they're not creepy, they're not anything to be avoided or afraid of, and they're not doom and gloom. Put that in quotes, finger quotes, right? Doom and gloom. I'm not a doom and gloom psychic. God, I've heard that so many times. Good things happen. Good meaning pleasant, things we like. Bad things happen. Bad meaning things that we personally don't like. Maybe somebody else does. That's, I got a raise. Well, I'm not happy that you got a raise because that means I didn't get a raise, or you're taking money out of my pocket, or the company has to charge more to pay you more. I mean, just something as simple as somebody's good fortune could easily be argued by a good lawyer, not myself, how such a thing is an evil against society. So the tarot cards need to reflect all of this. So what are we looking at when we're looking at a reverse tarot card? We're looking at a whole bunch of superstition. Tarot from Egypt, tarot from the gypsies, all this stuff that we, most of it from the 1970s just got pumped in our heads by lazy, I don't even want to call them authors, plagiarists. People are just copying what other people have said before. Just write it down in their own words. The trend continues to this day. It's not good. This is why we give away this information for free. This is why we have, dare I say, the world's best course on the tarot. Take you through. If you give us time, we got a 10-month basic course, around 10 months. So it might have extended a little bit longer because there's more information we have to give. The full course, if you want to stay with us, if you want to become a professional, we'll keep you in for 2 years. And when you get out, you will be one of the best damn tarot readers in the world. But I don't want you in my course if you're not going to apply yourself. If you want to read tarot cards, I want you to be charging $60, $70, $80, $100, $200, even $300 an hour. We have students out there doing that. This is not a job that you do for minimum wage. This is not a job you do for like 10 cents a minute on a phone line. You don't need training for that. Just go out and bullshit people. Not on my watch, but you can do that. You want a high-paying job that you can do for the rest of your life. And that's another thing. There's no retirement program with the tarot. You can't be kicked out for someone newer, younger, prettier, sexier. Matter of fact, the older you are, generally the fair or not, the more respected you are. I don't think anybody really wants a reading from a 12-year-old. Hey, Sharon, you want a reading from a 12-year-old?
No.
We always want a reading from someone who's, we think has, we want the old deck that's all mangled and, the gnarled hands. I've been doing this since the 20th century. My name is Dusty White. Oh, God, not that guy. Old is cool with the tarot and astrology and generally speaking knowledge, but especially metaphysical knowledge. Gandalf, and Dumbledore, the great wizards of our time. Maggie Potter, not Maggie Potter. Oh, damn it. I'm thinking of Professor McGonagall, Maggie McGonagall, right? Professor, yeah, I call her Maggie because we hang out, right? And Professor McGonagall, they're all old. Even Voldemort was, I'm old. Well, not in that one Harry Potter movie. You're like, I'm a young teenager. I'm a man. But yeah, you're like, kids never trust anyone over 30, right? Or with a mustache. So I want you guys to learn this stuff, and we have a school to teach you because this is serious business, and we charge serious money. And I want you to be able to earn a decent living with this. You know, if you choose to, and if you don't ever want to read professionally, well, that's fine. You know, there's 1,000 ways that the tarot can make your life better. But to do this, you got to understand that reversals are your friends, they're not your enemies. Mandy, I've been doing all the talking. I'm just going to give you a moment here because I want to ask you real quick, and then I'll turn the floor over. Give me a tarot card, any card, but not, yeah, well, you know, any card.
Okay, the 7 of coins.
Okay, so Sharon, in the traditional Waite-Smith, you know, made popular by writer, in the Waite-Smith deck, the one that everybody's familiar with and that most of the tarot decks are based off of these days. 7 of coins. What are we looking at?
You've got a young man, I believe, and he's not dressed like upper class. He looks like working class, and he's leaning on a rake, and he looks down like he's fairly disappointed. He has one coin between his feet, and he's looking at a bush that has 6 coins on it.
So what we can infer is that this guy is a laborer, a day laborer, or if it's his own little patch of land and his own garden, then either way, by the sweat of his brow and by the grip of his hands, doth he make his way through life. Right? Look at that, right? In other words, guy's a working man, right?
Yeah.
Not one of the 1%, whatever that is. Not one of the pretty people. He's not like the 9 of coins. Like, yeah, life is good. Look, my manicure's perfect. I got a birdie. He's like, ah. Now, in some ways, it looks like, hey, you got a money bush. You know, money may not grow on trees, but if you can make a money bush, who needs a damn tree, right? Hell yeah, you don't have to climb the money bush. God, I don't want a money tree. I want a money bush. You fall out of the money tree and break your ass. You're like, oh man, oh, I got all this money tree, but I can't move because I broke my ass. Money bush, you just reach in. If there's thorns, you know, he's got a rake. You pull the coins out with the rake. You don't have to, like, what is it, 10-foot pole? First rule in D&D. The nerd joke in there somewhere. So, generally speaking, this is a card of mixed reviews. It's possible to look at it as a positive thing. You got a money bush. Possible to look at his expression, and a lot of people do, and it is not incorrect to do so. Go, wow, things didn't quite work out how you expected. Or, you know, you have stuff, but you're just not really thrilled with it. Because tarot cards are individual, but they're all in relation to everything else, just like life. I got a raise. Yay. That in and of itself, that's good. Well, I got a 25-cent raise. I'm charging $10 an hour to read the tarot, and Sharon got a $500 raise. She's charging $500 an hour to read the tarot because apparently she was reading it free. Oops. Okay, let's be more. Not that people don't do that all the time. $500 now, but let's just say she's only reading for $2 a minute. It's $120 an hour. Boo-hoo. Starvation wages. $2 a minute. You can't find that anywhere on a phone line. $2 a minute is pretty good. So she's reading for $120 an hour. Now, respectively, in proportion, in relation, yeah, my raise wasn't all that good. So it's possible to look at this card either way. Now, if we reverse it, all we're doing is we're taking that same exact meaning and we're flipping it on its head, just like the Mona Lisa. Why is the Mona Lisa upside down? Who cares? It's still the Mona Lisa, is it not? And that's what I want you to get. Mona Lisa, if you do a mathematical diagram, let's do long division. Yay, let's do math, right? So we do long division because it's, portrait mode. Got a couple lines there going. If you turn it upside down, the answers don't change. It's still, the numbers are the numbers. But it could be argued that instead of numbers or information coming in, it's information going out, kind of like money changing hands. If money comes into my hands, that's money coming in. If money flows out of my hands, it's money I'm spending.
Yeah.
Well, money going out is not a bad thing. If I'm buying myself a Lamborghini, I want that money going out. Take my money. It's not like, oh, boo-hoo, money going out is bad. So, and this is the thing, right? We have to look at the tarot cards like money. Money is nothing more than scraps of paper or coins, and it's an information transfer. And I don't mean to overly simplify money, but think about this. This is all about critical thinking. I want you guys to be able to get inside the quote Zen of this. I want you to see the philosophy of it, because once you do that, everything else becomes clear. You don't have to micromanage everything. You don't have to analyze everything. You understand the essence of it. Money going out is good. Bills are good if they are paying for something that you've achieved value out of, or pleasure, especially if the pleasure outweighs the expense. My rent is a bill. I don't want my landlord to find out, but my rent's pretty cheap. I get a lot of value for the amount. So that's not a bill I mind paying at all, even though it's money going out. My internet bill is insane. I don't think I'm getting as much value out of that. So that's a bill that I don't like. So reversed cards are exactly like that. It's information going out versus information coming in. In the money out, money in kind of way. Analogy.
Mm-hmm.
It's all information coming in when it's divination, when it's manifestation. It's information flowing out. So can we use reversed tarot cards in a positive way? Absolutely. Does a reversed tarot card have to be the devil or death or the Ten of Swords or some quote unpleasant card? Does it have to be an unpleasant card to be good when it's reversed? Not really. Although, generally speaking, in a generic way, yes, we like our unpleasant cards to be reversed, but we like that when they relate to us. We want our unpleasant cards to be upright when they relate to those people that we just can't seem to like for whatever reason.
Yes.
Right? It's a human condition. And I'm not here to argue enlightenment or whatever. It's just a fact that people, generally speaking, like to see their mortal enemies suffer, and they like to see their friends and loved ones find pleasure. Until we solve that problem, well, that's just the way it's going to be. And so the tarot cards do nothing more than reflect the realities of life. If you can understand that, then you can attend my school and then you can graduate over time. But you have to understand that. Tarot cards reflect the realities of life. They're not some mystical source. They don't have some ancient secret wisdom from Egypt or Atlantis. Those are pretty thoughts, but that's also the domain of idiots and scammers, and we will not have any part of that around here. We want to help you exist in the real world. We want you to be able to pay your bills. We want you to enjoy a good quality lifestyle. We want you to help other people, really, actually, truly help them. So we want you to know what you're talking about, and we don't want you to be tripped up by superstition. And people make so big of a deal of reversed cards, and it's a paper tiger. It's a tiger, but it's made out of paper. It's a chimera. It's an illusion. All right. Enough of my ranting. Andy,
Yes.
yield the floor.
Well, my
Elementary
first,
style.
my first comment is more like it's a little bit of a question for you, actually. Have you ever met anybody who genuinely really did read in reverse, and they kind of, they got it, they weren't frightened by it, they used it, and then they actually decided not to read reverse anymore? I mean, I find that very hard to believe that such a person exists who would give up reversals.
Oh, without mentioning names, I'd say one of my very first students, if we use the numbers from, let's say, 1 to 1, did exactly that. Refused to read reversals for decades. Then read my book, that
Yeah,
my white book that came out, because I'd been teaching for decades before I wrote the white book.
yeah,
Read the white book, had an epiphany, started reading reversals, wrote me, "Oh my God, Dusty, this makes so much sense. I've been doing it all wrong. This makes perfect sense. It's got absolute clarity."
yeah.
A year later, that person freaked out and stopped reading reversals.
Oh my
It's
Wow,
a
God.
human condition.
gosh.
Well,
And that is the only example you have of that, then.
Well, I don't want to rat other people out. I
Yeah.
think that was a pretty good example. I
It's
think
a good example. No, I'm just
that
saying,
was an example that had somebody reading for years one
yeah,
way, have an epiphany, and then freaked out but see, what are the commonalities there?
fear.
The throughfares are had a specific way of doing something,
yeah,
tried something new,
yeah,
and ran back like a scared little bunny. Sorry, Mister,
right.
talking about you.
Because I can't imagine, if I was forced to not read in reverse, I would find that really difficult. You know,
And you're an Aquarius, and which says a lot. Once we know
that's true.
the free air sign,
Yeah.
ruled by Saturn. Some people say Uranus, but they're doo-doo crazy dumbheads. Um, get a book.
That's the problem that
I,
a
I,
lot of the
I,
books say it.
I think
Well,
that,
again, there's a lot of plagiarism out there. Without it's lazy so-called authors. But yeah, and look, I'm not ranting just to rant. I'm ranting because I want you guys to do magic that actually works. We know how to do magic. This
yeah,
is what we do.
I think
Yes, Mandy, go
reversals just give you so many more options. They give the reading sort of detail and subtlety, and it's not. I don't know. It just gives it light and shade, and I just think they're marvelous. I
Well,
think they're absolutely marvelous. It doesn't frighten me in the least.
you take out reversals, you're cutting off exactly 50% of the ability to communicate with the
Yeah,
universe.
Well,
and
yeah, absolutely.
and it's
What
not
if you could
just
never say
three.
anything negative? Oh my
Yes.
God, look, bus is going to hit you. Yay? Question mark.
But it's
No,
even just the
no.
interpretation of the individual cards. It's also if an overall reading has got a lot of reversals in it or no
Yes.
reversals in it, that blanket statement is being made as well.
Hmm.
And let's go back to the Mona Lisa. If all the cards in a reading are reversed,
Yeah,
okay, it never, ever, ever happens. I mean,
no,
statistically, it's downright near impossible. But if you have a majority of cards reversed, take a look at what positions are reversed. Talk to your client. We have things like a comedy of errors, or it's one of those days. Colloquialisms and cliches, right? We have all different ways throughout various societies of saying, today things didn't go as planned.
Yeah.
Things didn't go the way I wanted to. Yeah, if things always went the way that we wanted to, why would we have to plan?
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
wouldn't need school. We would, yay, no school, no math. We wouldn't need rules. Where we're going, there are no rules. No, we have rules. We have math. We have schools. We have jobs because we have insurance. Oh my God, insurance, car insurance, life insurance. Why? Because life doesn't go quote the way we want it. There's no law of attraction like, oh, just think happy thoughts and everything's going to work out. That has been disproven. There's a law of attraction, law of repulsion, psychic magnetism. There's a whole bunch of stuff that does exist. So don't write me hate mail. You said there's no law of attraction. To simplify everything to that level of idiocracy, it just makes me go Lewis Black. It just makes my head explode. Conniption. So if tarot cards simply reveal or reflect daily life and what we can experience, and therefore, as long as we can communicate with the divine, if you can pray, you can read the tarot. If you can talk to God, God can talk to you. Tarot is nothing more than a tool. Sermon over. Now, clarification of that. A reverse tarot card, it means the energy of the card is different than it would normally be. Water is flowing uphill. Well, it does, metaphorically, right? Good people lose, bad people win. Stuff like that happens.
Yeah.
How? Laws of physics, numbers, marketing. You take all the different accounts into or possibilities into account. Sorry about that. And it makes sense. This is why we have all the sciences to try to break apart. There's no one science. We have all these different sciences to try to break apart and understand little bits of reality, because reality and nature it's far more complex than our human monkey brains can comprehend. I did say this was going to be short. Oh, apparently not. But I believe this is really good information. I think it's important information that we all need if we're going to become really good readers. And you don't just hear this. You hear it, you're like, okay, now you have to hear it, understand it, breathe it. I have to say it several times in different ways to find the one way that works for each and every listener.
Yeah. Can I just say something as well?
Please, go ahead.
If you're doing like a spread, so like let's say you're doing the Celtic Cross, and you had 10 cards down, and I don't know, let's say 5 of them were in reverse, and you didn't like the outcome as well. Those reverse cards could lead you, but if you look at it properly and you've been trained how to do this, to find the weak point in the spread, and by working on that weak point in your real life, it like a crank, it could turn all those reverse cards, and they could be good cards, but they just happen to be in reverse. And
No,
that
absolutely,
that weak spot turn the
absolutely.
whole thing upright.
Yeah.
You've said 5 different things in there, and so I want to address some of them before I forget all of them.
Okay.
Good point. First off, if you're doing a spread, it tells you what's going on, like a Celtic Cross spread, for example, because there's so many different spreads. We do a Celtic Cross spread. Why do we do it? It says, how have we gotten here? What's going on now? How's that going to work out for you? Oh, and by the way, what's that other guy doing? Is he helping or hurting? That's a lot of information. That's sort of a 30,000-foot view or bird's eye view. That's the executive summary. That's the information that world leaders work with. That's why the Celtic Cross is so popular and so powerful. There are a lot of spreads you can use, and they're all valuable. Many of them are valuable. Well-designed ones are extremely valuable when properly used. But it's an example of Celtic Cross. We'll show you, how you got here, what's going on, how it's going to work out. That's all based on the here and now. It says if you keep doing what you would be doing without this information, if you just walked by this place and didn't bother to get a reading today, or if you walk out and say, all right, that was fun, and you move on with your day, this is what you can expect. Here are things going to go. If you don't like that outcome, you've been served. I know, not 2000. Um, I make myself laugh. It's good. Just make somebody laugh. Um, you've been forewarned. Remember, forewarned is forearmed. Now, another thing that Mandy kind of said without saying it was, she said properly trained. Um, we always verify the accuracy of the spread before we make predictions. Why? Because we are in school. Why? Because we know how to do this and not make ourselves look like chumps without, we don't just throw stuff out and go, oh, this tarot card came out, therefore it must be. No, we leave that to the untrained and to the blatant scammers and fake psychics. And believe me, they're out there. Most of them are on TV. Yay, or the radio. Great. So I'm not saying nobody sue me. I didn't say if you're on TV, you're fake. I didn't say if you're on the radio, you're fake. Certainly didn't mention names. But there's certainly a lot of them out there. Right. We don't cotton to that. We don't partake in that. First off, and you're too lazy to go to school, get the book. It's all in the book. Black book, Advanced Tarot Secrets. Verify the accuracy of a spread before you open your mouth. What's the old saying? It's better to keep your mouth shut and let people think you're an idiot than to open your mouth and remove all doubt. I was never really a fan of that, but, well, makes sense. And especially applies in the tarot. Now, our job, which is the reason why we are able to charge $60, $100, $200, $300. Some people charge a lot more. I'm not going to go there because nobody will believe me until they choke on the price. I'd like a reading. Yeah, this for $100, this many $100 an hour. What? Yeah, take it or leave it. Bye. But let's stay in the realm of the average tarot reader. The minimum you should be charging is $60 an hour. That's good wages here in America. Pretty much anywhere. Some parts of the world, that's really good. But that's, to do. And you don't have to read for people locally. Anybody saying, wow, nobody around me can afford that. Internet, telephone, advertise in newspapers, magazines. In other words, do what business people do. Go to, do what kids do. Go to the rich neighborhoods and trick or treat, right? Duh. We've been doing that since we were kids.
Yep.
Do the same thing here. You go where the big fish are biting. But the thing is, you have to have mad skills, which is why we are teaching you all of this. And why we teach you for free, so that we know, you know that when you come to our course, you're really going to learn. Put your hat on, not the dunce cap, the other one. That thinking one. So, I did say blissfully short. Okay, fine, whatever. I should have known better. But I can't let you go without giving you real value, without giving you real information. I'm not going to have you guys walking the streets embarrassing yourselves. Let other people do that. People who don't want to listen to the podcast, people who don't want to go to school, look around. If the public really believed in all this crazy stuff, they'd be banging down the doors of tarot readers. Majority of the public does not believe in this because their experiences have been that bad. That's horrible. That's like everybody going to a mechanic getting screwed over, and then people are driving around in cars that don't work. They're always breaking down. Well, I can't go to a mechanic. They're a bunch of new age scammers. I don't believe in that mechanic stuff. I just cha-chunk. Yeah, in my car. I better go in and buy a brand new one and put myself in debt forever because this one doesn't run anymore. I don't know, but I couldn't possibly go to a mechanic. We are life mechanics in that sense. Not a bad occupation, and the pay is good. So tarot card readings, right? especially reverse cards. If a card, individual card is reversed, what that's saying is that that particular information or data flow of energy, it's going at cross purposes. Some people might say, well, you said it was going to fill. It could be 6 one, half dozen the other. We go to school, we will teach you. Hell, I will teach you. I'm available for hire, but not right now. I got too much homework. But I also want to say, in a spread, when a card is reversed, it doesn't discount what I just said. But in the layout, when a card is reversed, what that's saying is that the energy of the card position, again, it's in the black book, or some is in the white book, but it's in the black book, or it's in the course, or any number of podcasts. Go back and listen to them. I'm not going to tell you which one. It's free. You can find it yourself, right? But if in the, again, using Celtic Cross, because it's really simple and it's amazing and everybody knows it. You use any spread you want as long as it's good. But in the Celtic Cross as an example spread, the card position is reversed. It means that that area of life or that area of the question that we're asking about, that's an area where things are not going in a clear, consistent, logical order. Now, this could be good. We may be in the middle of an eviction. Hopefully, nothing will be. But the paperwork is all tangled up because somehow we were able to claim squatters' rights. Don't get all excited. Squatters' rights is a real thing, but it's, from what I've read, it's long and convoluted. But let's say we were able to trip up the process. We gained a year of free rent. Or I'll tell you a real story, because this is long ago, and situation's been resolved or whatever. A friend of mine lived in Long Beach. It's the southern part of Los Angeles, California, right before the Orange Curtain. He lived in this 2-story house. The landlord just stopped cashing his checks. He stopped paying the rent. Nobody ever said anything. So he's punk rocker, tattoo artist. You know who I'm talking about. But if you know, nobody else is, whatever. Lived across from a coffee house. That really nails it down, right? On Broadway. That really nails it down. Name is Kevin. Okay, it's probably going too far, right? Anyway, really cool guy, right? Never had to pay the rent. Why? Because just landlord stopped charging him. What part of the spread is your pay the rent and the landlord doesn't bother you card? That card was reversed. He stopped paying the rent either because the landlord stopped asking for it or he just stopped paying the rent and the landlord stopped asking for it. That's a really good place to have a reversed card. Like Ace of Coins reversed. Oh no, Ace of Coins reversed. That's horrible. Oh no, that's a 2-story house. It's in Los Angeles, right? That's a fat rent payment every month. If the landlord stopped asking for it, that's kind of nice, leave a little bit more money for those quad espressos the guy used to drink. I'm really ratting this guy out, aren't I? Nobody knows. Nobody has any idea what I'm talking about. And that's even Kevin, because that's probably not his real name after 20-some years. Like, what? Wait, oh, Bill, whatever. Poor Bill. He's like, stop throwing me under the bus. So, does that make sense, Sharon? Where there's a real life situation and reverse card is woohoo.
Yep, sure does.
We want reverse cards. You need me on that wall. You can't handle the truth. You can't handle reverse cards. It's 20th century. I know. It's A Few Good Men, Jack Nicholson. No, God, read a book. Watch a movie. Right? Don't read a book. Watch a movie.
Listen to a book.
Yeah, yeah. Don't bother reading. Uh, so we want, we do. I would dare say every one of you motherfuckers, every one of you listening wants a reversed card in your life. You
Oh
just
yeah.
don't know how to phrase it, right? You know, hey, death, fuck
Oh
you.
yeah.
I want
Brilliant.
that reversed. For the next 100 years. Oh my God, I'll be like 180. I'm still alive, but I can't move. Come for me, death. No, you wanted me reversed. Like, stupid. That was be like Tempest in Thieves World.
You
Knows
know
what I'm talking
Thieves
about.
World?
Oh, do I know Thieves World? Like the real series,
Oh
Tempest,
my
guy who can never die, and he's got a god inside
God.
him going, bang, 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 bang. And he goes to the vivisectionist, the guy's cutting him up, and he's like, oh, I'm killing boy, when I heal up and get my hands on you, it's not gonna be pretty.
I don't think I've met anyone else who knows Thieves World.
No,
It's the
no.
only number one best-selling anthology, Sword and Sorcery of the 1980s. Um, Grandpa's talking about he's talking about books again.
Oh my God, I loved those.
Oh, they were great. Some of the stories, some of the chapters are better than other because it was written by different authors.
Yeah.
All right, Mandy. What the hell are these Americans talking about? um, Reverse cards, though, right? Do we understand the Zen, the importance? And if not the importance, just the reality. Damn it, the mail didn't come today. Damn it, the power went out because PG&E, California, yesterday. I've got Harvard homework. I have to go to school. I got to be on camera. Oh God. Oh Jesus, my poor
Yeah.
classmate. Hi, I'm Dusty. I'm here in class to learn video editing, and I get messages from PG&E. We're going to turn off your power, and then, so that's a reverse card, right? We're going to turn off your power. Here's a reversal of a reversal. 10 minutes before class, no, 9 minutes, 4:11. We got plenty of time for anybody cares. 4:11 p.m. Doot, doot, doot. Oh, by the way, we've changed our minds due to weather forecasts. We're not going to turn off your power. What? So I get a reversal of reversal. Then my roommate gets home later on and says, "Oh, they're going to turn off power tomorrow." And I showed her the phone. It was like, "Look, she says that they." Well, I was told at Safeway. So she's getting bad information, reverse card, about power outage, which is a reverse card. But that information was old and bad and incorrect. So we had
Yeah.
a it's Inception. It's a dream
Oh
within a dream within a
God.
shut up, Leonardo
Oh
DiCaprio.
my.
Go back to your boat. Should have died in the water. No, it's okay. God. Yeah, because we hang out together.
don't
Right?
don't you think though? At the end of the day,
Yeah.
we want to be able to feel confident as those words are coming out of our mouths.
Yes.
And I
Yes.
feel that if a card has come up reversed, it's come up reversed for a reason, and that
Yes.
that that leads me to the right interpretation of that card that may have been a bit ambiguous in the upright. Let's say you would
It may
like,
have been incorrect, and
yeah,
the card is nothing more than an email, a text message. Um,
and you
what are
can
the kids using these days? It's an Instagram chat, face snap thing.
yeah,
It's a little tidbit of information that says, "There's a bus coming. Stop. Get out of the way. Get out of the street. Yeah, you idiot." Or, "Hey, there's a bus coming. Like you want to catch the bus downtown, wait till the doors
yeah.
open, pay your fare, get a seat, or stand up if there's elderly people."
I
It, it,
Yeah,
it does actually make you stop for a beat before you speak when it's reversed. I think
oh
you
my
just
God. There's a new teaching. So we're talking about games that we're coming out with the book games. That's going to be our new game. FU, day one of the tarot. The first month, you're going to read every card reversed. Why? Because, like Mandy said, it's going to make you stop and think before you open your mouth.
yes.
Well, I
Oh
think
God.
what happens sometimes is there's such a large debate about reversals, and it's a nasty, you shouldn't read reversals or you should read reversals, and it just gets really ugly. So that
It's like
when
the
a
Senate.
new, yeah.
I'm a Republican. I hate Republicans. Well, I hate you. Shut up. Yeah, yeah, right. That's an American joke. Because there's nothing going on in the government because it's like, and it's a stupid argument.
It's,
Same thing
and
with reversals.
what
But please go ahead
happens
because you're right.
is that these new tarot readers or even old dogs like me, we see a reversal and we freeze up with fear and it interferes with our intuition and we shut down and we think it's
Yes.
the reversal's fault.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, it's
Good
true.
point. Good point. We could have saved an hour and 20 minutes talking, gone right to that. Fear will make you clench up. If you don't doubt me, jump in a tiger pit. No, no, don't jump in a tiger
Don't
pit.
do it.
Yeah, don't. But
No
in
tigers
your
were
mind,
harmed.
pretend. Don't pretend to because you'll like hashtag sue Dusty because hashtag I'm traumatized because hashtag I got the image of the tiger. No, seriously. Okay, make a whole bunch of origami tigers, then jump into that. But no, jump into that because you might break your leg if you fall wrong. Imagine without getting PTSD, and the thing is, yes, my favorite. I don't even know why. It just popped in my head one day. I've been using it ever since. Got to get a new one, right? But if you're at Bloomingdale's or whatever, but I like the sound of Bloomingdale's, and there's a tiger, you're confronted by an angry tiger at Bloomingdale's, you're going to poop or
Yep.
you're going to clench, your intuition is going to go, I'm out of here. Fear. Fear is what is it? Oh, Dune, right? Fear is the mind killer. That's a Jesuit, or no, that was the other guy. Those sand people at Mudadin. God, I can't remember. Somebody's going to correct me on that. But yeah, fear is the mind killer. Thank you, Frank Herbert, senior, not junior. Fear. We could talk about it, but you guys are going to go, yeah, it's fine. Go hang up, you stop listening. You'll go a week later, and it'll happen to you. How do we stop it from happening to you? Don't do it. Fear is natural. Fear is part of our psychic DNA, our psyche. It is part of us, but it's got no place in the tarot. And this is why we have things like spread validation, and why we have school, and why we have study groups, and why we have practice, why we have, well, me and books. Oh my, is to help you ground yourself, excuse me, in physical, moral, ethical, emotional, psychic, logical facts, to reality, fundamental fairness. You've done everything right. You've shuffled the cards properly. You've asked the question properly. You've listened to your client, but only long enough to get, to that point where, like, okay, I've got the balance. I have information that I need. I don't have too much information. I'm not trying to, bullshit them. I'm not trying to go, don't tell me anything. I got that perfect balance. Now I'm shuffling. Ding. It's a little, wait, where's that? Ding. You you've been to school. And like, bam, you throw down the cards, and then you breathe with a sigh of relief, and you go, my God, this is easy. Why did I waste all that money at school? This is easy. That's the best part. I want everybody, all my students to go, why did I waste money at school? Because it's so easy, because they learned everything, and now it's just second nature, like they always knew it. Like, I don't have to think about how to breathe. I don't want any of my students, once they've gone through the process, to have to think for a moment about how to read.
Oh, how many lessons I listened to and like, oh my God, why didn't I know I knew that? you know?
Yeah.
Folks, I just want to be the guy that I wish that I had when I was 16, and I can't go back, but I can fix this. And if you don't want to go for the ride, well, fine. Keep banging the rocks together. You'll figure it out sooner or later. We're just trying to help you. All right. Oh, shameless plug time. Get your butt over to easytarotlessons.com. No spaces, easytarotlessons.com. Sign up for $1. If you don't like it, I'll give you your $1 back. Yes, is the whole thing $1? No, no. Here's a Ferrari $1. Don't you believe it? But if somebody lets you drive a Ferrari, insurance included, just for sake, right, for $1 for a month, and then you can, turn it back in. And if you don't like the Ferrari, you get your $1 back. Do it, but make sure you turn it back in. Otherwise, it's already won. It's $375,000. Oh, I'll just drive it over the holiday. Impress my friends. Card reversals makes sense now, though, right? Like we put it in. We've had some humor. We've had some silliness. We've taken the sting off of tarot card reversals. And in the meantime, all this time, we've been showing you how natural it is. Breathe in, breathe out, like tarot cards. Breathe in, tarot cards are upright. Breathe out, tarot cards are reversed. It's natural, right? Natural. Yes, no, maybe?
Can't have one without the other.
Yeah.
Have one without
I would feel like my hand had been cut off if they were taken away from me now.
Same.
Honestly.
That's in the Bible. If the tarot card, right? They cut it off, cast it away. It's like, no, yeah, right. How can you eat with one hand? You got I cut off my eating hand. I have my pooping hand.
Oh,
Crap.
God.
Stub. That's a biblical joke.
Yes.
I know. Boy, Church of England is going to have my head on a plate. Anyway. Wait, what's wrong with England? Not the Church of America. When they're like, we get it first. Oh my God. I want you guys to get this. And I don't want it to be hard. And I want you to come away from this feeling you can do it. You can do it.
Yeah.
Who's that? That
Cheech and Chong.
No, I was thinking it was an Adam Sandler thing, but hey Gilmore, you jackass. That was Happy Gilmore, but like you can do it. I that might have been the end of Happy Gilmore. Anyway, look, if you guys can't keep up with your pop culture references, I can't help you. You need to spend less time studying the tarot and more time watching trash movies and TV and reading books from the 20th century and doing math, right? Yeah, because everybody wants to do math. Here's for all my Virgos listening, and I know you're there. Exercise of the day: long division upside down with your left hand. I know, I just you.
You just put me into shutdown mode.
Right. No.
I froze up.
God.
So that's how people think tarot cards. So right, they're like, oh my God, long division reverse left hand, and it's algebra. No, it's not. It really isn't. It's the fear. There's nothing to fear. We have nothing to fear but fear itself.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mandy.
Yeah.
Mandy, that right? I know.
I'm just
out there next year.
my head at the moment.
Group face palm.
Yay! Oh, he's one of yours. Oh no, sorry. Yeah. Oh, I went with them. No, he's not. Look, I hope you guys get this. We're trying to make it, brain dead. We're like, why am I listening to this? And then you go to tarot cards and go, oh my God, this is so easy. That's all I care about. It's at the end. You're like, oh my God, this is so easy. Because it is.
It is really.
You're going to do it.
Yeah, all you have to do is think what you would have said if it was upright, and then just
That's
think.
a good start.
Yeah.
Back to that.
I don't want to trap people in it. I don't want to give people formula.
Yeah.
Back to
One
that.
thing you haven't heard at all this time is formula or keywords.
It's just something is stopping it from being what it would have been upright. That's all I was going to say.
Well, it's a good start. That's, you know, if you're stuck, that's a good way to point you in the right direction, get your brain thinking.
Because, like you
Yes.
said earlier, it is still the same card.
Yeah, still the Mona Lisa, still the same
And
card.
it still is that card would have been in the flow of the story that you're telling on the spread, but it's kind of like you have to stop and think for a minute. You know, it's interesting. It's fabulous.
And back to that.
Yes, but also keep in mind, just to make sure we don't steer people in the wrong way, the cards are allegorical, which means, you know, the one look is worth 1,000 words. That's, you know, picture the ship with 1,000 words. That's where that came from. It's an advertisement. One look is worth 1,000 words. It's a real estate ad. Isn't it amazing where things come from? He says yes. So, all right, we should let you guys go because this is insane. And I gotta go do my TSA thing. I gotta finish my stupid Harvard homework. I gotta teach Mandy astrology. And you all need to get on and do something awesome with your life. That's what we're here to do. Well, we're here to help you do awesome things. Write me, that's all one word, at dustywhite.net. Or leave a comment on the podcast. How can we help you? Any last minute thoughts on reversals, Sharon or Mandy, since I hogged the entire episode?
I wanted to say back to that 7 of coins, an example, and you were talking
Okay.
about raises. And there was one year when I was working at the grocery store that I got a raise, and it was a flippin' penny raise. It was actually a penny an hour. I was so pissed. And I
That's an
could look
insult.
at that card. Yeah, I could look at that card and see that when you said about the raise. I was like, son of a gun. Those
Okay, I'm going to talk
bastards.
out of my butt here. I just censored myself. I'm going to talk out of my ass here, but I'm going to throw out a crazy conspiracy theory. Somewhere, someone in accounting or someone in HR said, "Oh, to comply with federal, state, or insurance guidelines, or to protect ourselves from having to offer you more benefits or whatever, you technically have to get a raise. That's the least we can do. It's a penny." It's like if you were mandatorily obligated to give a tip at a restaurant, wherever you went. Otherwise, you get like a $500 fine, or get banned, or get a bad Uber rating. I leave a penny. Haha. It's a protest raise.
Yeah.
Yes, because of course, what are they going to say? Well, we gave you a raise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you're not happy that we give you a raise? Would you like a demotion? That's not the point. That is the point. You are an ungrateful employee. Wow. I'd be a good evil boss. Good to have.
Oh, yeah, my performance rating went pretty far down after that penny raise. I was like, to hell with y'all. Almost
Yeah, right.
said. Yeah.
And see, okay, that's a reversed card. Sometimes, now, one last thing, don't blame the reversed cards. I was working, and you guys know who you are: Kevin Bright, Marta Kaufman, David Crane.
Wow.
Wait, what? Who are those people? They don't exist. The following program contains references to people who don't exist. I was working on a show called Dream On. Damn it, did it again. Okay, went to Fox with the Emmy to show off to, like, hey, look. Here, yeah, right. That wasn't staged. No, it wasn't staged. He says, wink, wink. Anyway, you may know these people or not, because there's a parallel world where they invented a show called Friends. Da 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 da. Stupid lousy. Yay, not funny. I knew them back then. I worked with I had friends that I worked with named Kevin and Marta and David. Just random people that I knew. Not anybody famous, nothing like that. I'm not saying anything. On a show called Dream On. Not saying that. Tim Curry got a script to him, and
Oh, wow.
it's time or begin. I was best day of my life. Oh wait. It was all a dream. Got my ass fired.
Mm.
That was the end of my career in Hollywood. Woo, because before then I'd been doing lots and lots and lots of high end commercials, like behind the scenes. I was like, I'm a spokesman. No, I'm not. No, I was behind the scenes, and so that was the king of the reverse cards. Okay, that was a spread where every damned card was reversed. Everything you're doing is wrong. You know what my next fucking job was? We need psychics. I was like, what? What?
Oh.
What? No, no. There's an ad in the paper that says we need psychics. I thought, this is always what I wanted to do in my life since I was 4, but I kind of settled. Isn't this funny? I had a nice Hollywood career. I settled for a career in Hollywood. Oh no, where's my painting job? And God said, boot to the head. Get out of the industry, you damned hippie. Who cares if they go on to make friends? I mean, or not, that's like hypothetical, right? Who
Yeah.
cares? You are going to go be the psychic to the same people that you used to work for. All of these Beverly Hills schmucks, yep, they're coming to you. Hollywood movie producers, TV celebrities, directors, etc., etc. Dogs and cats living together. Yes,
And what is the
I
world
didn't get the
coming
Beverly
to?
Hills job right away. My first job, where I was my first paying gig as a quote psychic, even though I've been studying forever. My walked in, it punched the clock. It's a big giant warehouse. I'd never counted, but there was at least easily 200 cubicles filled with people brought from all over the country and tested and tested and retested. Right. We were one of the first quote psychic lines on the planet, a company called NTS. Closed down eventually because they had sex girls and that made a lot more money. They were like, why are we dealing with this? The sex girl calls makes all the money. We don't want these prima donna psychics. Complaints about, I'm reading for X number of dollars a minute and I can't stand it because it's not fair to our. So they fired us and shut us down. But again, see, my dream job. Oh my God, I'm a telephone psychic. That was a reverse card. Boot to the head. Get out of here, you damned hippie. And that's when I got into Beverly Hills agency. And that's when I got Beverly Hills clients. And that's when I got to learn people. So sometimes we need reversed cards. Sometimes we need reversed cards so that we can become our true selves. So
Nice.
don't be afraid of the reversed card. If somebody's staring at a reverse card, and you're reading for someone who's like, oh, I got some bad news. Looks like the marriage is over. Well, if it was a crappy marriage and there's this other guy or girl, it's like, hey, I've been waiting, or boy, I'm young, pretty, handsome, rich, kind. I'm Superman. Boy, too bad I can't find a woman. Like, oh, I'm Lois Lane. I just got divorced. Oh, I can't do that. Your tarot cards are reversed. Sometimes sometimes we want to get out of a bad situation or a mediocre situation. Sometimes bad things happen so that great things can happen.
Yeah.
Reverse tarot cards are just like death. They're the death card, because remember, death is just this side of the transition. We don't want to do the reverse card, but we want the candy on the other side. But if your hands are full, I can't give you any more candy. So you got to turn them over, got to dump them, got to reverse them. See what I did there?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm letting you guys go. I've been
This was great. Thank you.
Yeah.
my AirPods. Thank you, everybody, for listening. Assalamu alaikum. Love you all. Write me at dustywhite.net. Hate mail to email at santaclausnorthpole.com, whatever. See you guys next.
Bye, Dusty. Bye, Mandy.
Bye. See you. Bye bye.